What's up everyone, this is CoinDog here with a video to compare the RE-7B with the Tempesta. So there's been a lot of discussion recently in the GTA community since the Christmas update about the Tempesta and whether it's better than the RE-7B or not. You may or may not have seen around YouTube, there's been some video testing done of these two cars. There's been some very heated debates on the comments of some of these videos as well between people about which one's better and why, and how accurate some of the testing has been. So based on that, I decided I'd do my own testing on my own track, well, obviously with my skills, to see how they compare. Now, I'm by no means a pro racer. I'm probably, I would say, above average. In public lobbies, generally I will win, but if I'm in some more competitive races, then I'm normally top 10. I do actually win the race that you're watching at the moment, which is like the only race I've ever won in a competitive lobby. So yeah. So just to talk about the cars first. So in terms of how they look, obviously the RE-7B, it's based on a Le Mans car, obviously, but I don't personally like the liveries that you can get. And if you race it without one, then it looks a bit like a blob, as you can see on this video. It's not a very attractive car in my opinion in terms of how it looks. That being said, in terms of how it drives, it is a very, very quick car. It drives like an rear-wheel drive car. It's very oversteery, I find, and it does break traction out of corners quite easily. And I for that reason, I would probably say it's quite difficult to drive on the limit. I can drive it on the limit, certainly, as you can see in this video. But it requires a great deal of concentration. It's very easy to make a little mistake and lose a lot of time, just spin your back wheels up and that sort of thing. So it's very similar, I would say, to the Elegy in terms of in the sports car class. The Elegy, although it's the quickest car, it's very, very difficult to drive it for that quick. And a lot of people cannot get the speed out of it that some of the better drivers can. And then the Tempesta is like the complete opposite to the RE-7B. It's obviously based on a Lamborghini. It looks very good, apart from the spoilers. The spoilers are a bit of a letdown, I find, because you have to have a spoiler to get the traction benefit, and the spoilers that they give you on offer are all big spoilers, and I don't like big spoilers on cars. I think they ruin the look of the car. So yeah, I was a little bit disappointed with that, but overall the car looks very good. It drives like a four-wheel drive car. It's very understeery compared to the RE-7B, but you don't tend to break traction out of corners very easily. However, I do find that when you're going around high-speed corners, that it will kind of skip out wide a little bit, whereas the RE-7B doesn't. I would probably say that's down to the downforce stat that the RE-7B has that the Tempesta doesn't. The Tempesta itself, though, it's definitely a lot easier to drive on the limit. The videos that you'll see later, I hadn't driven the car. The RE-7B I've used for since the Cunning Stunt update in every single supercar race pretty much. The Tempesta that you'll see in this video later on, I've only just started using, and I've very, very quickly got to grips with it, and I can do some good lap times with it quite easily. And I find that you don't have to be concentrating really, really hard all the time to drive it like you do with the RE-7B. It's a bit like the Jester race car in the sports class, I would say, where the Jester race car anyone can pick up, and as long as you've got average skills, you can drive that car well. Whereas going back to what we were talking about before with the Elegy, you need to be a really good driver and really concentrating to drive that car on the limit. So yeah, so that's just a little bit about the cars. So what we'll do now is we'll lead into the testing videos that I've done for these two vehicles, and I'll show you how they compare, in my opinion, on my track. Okay guys, so this is just an example lap for the RE-7B. This isn't the fastest time I did, it's just to show you the kind of way it handles on a typical lap. So you can see through those corners there how it was just trying to step out all the time. It's just a characteristic of this car. Breaks traction very easily, but you can learn to catch it. So it took that corner well. I think it breaks traction again through this corner here, and then up the hill. When we get to the top of the hill here, I suppose this car's got a little bit of a disadvantage to some others because it's so long, such a tight corner, but the Tempesta kind of has the same issue. It takes the corner in the same way, so it doesn't matter too much. This corner here on the highway, this is absolutely flat out in this car, no problems at all for this. into the chicane just here. That bump just there, it didn't break traction on that lap, but it had done on most of the other ones that I've been doing. Back down the hill here into this corner. It's quite a difficult corner this to get right with any car. Out wide, and then you saw again there, just brake traction again a little bit, but it doesn't really cost too much time when you do that, and then it's absolutely flat out through this corner. So that's just an example lap time for you guys. It said that the quickest lap that this car managed in, I think I did about 30 laps with this car now, was a 1:14.957. So that's the lap time that we got with this one. And we'll now go on to the Tempesta, and we'll see how that compares. Alright guys, so this is the lap, or an example lap for the Tempesta, so you can see the difference between the two. So straight away through that section there, apart from that little mistake there, the car's so much more planted, the back end isn't sliding around her through every corner. It's quite easy to go through that section. Same through here. Back end just moved a little bit there, but it's no big deal. It's easy enough to catch, and this is all down to the four-wheel drive system on this vehicle. And at this corner again, you can see it's pretty tight for this car, just like it is with the other. Not a great deal in it. Now, interesting section coming up here with this car. This corner here, you'll just see it just started to slide out wide a bit there. You couldn't take that completely flat. Just through here, that's interesting. That lost the traction on that bump. Just caught the wall there. Down the hill, catch the little curb boost on the side here, and then around the corner. Again, you can just see it doesn't move around as much under acceleration and braking. It's pretty planted. That corner there as well, you couldn't take completely flat. You just had to do a little lift because of the understeer this car suffers from. So yeah, so that gives you an example with that car. Now, in terms of lap times, we got a 1:15.094 with that vehicle. So that is what, a tenth and a half difference between this car and the RE-7B. It's a very, very small amount. The RE-7B is definitely quicker, but you're talking such a small amount that, you know, one mistake anywhere would make up that difference. And I'm just an average driver, as I said. You know, it may be different for more experienced people. I think from my testing, what I would recommend to people is that if you are an advanced driver, then the RE-7B is probably the car to buy. But if you're just average or just a little bit above average like me, then the Tempesta is probably the car to go for, just because it's easier to drive quick. But I guess it all depends as well on what you want. I mean, if you want to improve your driving, then the RE-7B is definitely the one to go for, because, you know, you're going to learn how to handle a more difficult car that way. But if you just want to be able to pick up a car and race quick, then I would definitely recommend the Tempesta. So that's everything, guys. Thanks very much for your time. And check back again soon for some more great comparison videos. Going Dog out.